Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. So today is the day. It is auction day. So we have everything out pretty much. We just got to take out the couple wagons. That's going to be going in the front yard over here. So the way this is going to work is we're going to start off with the wagons, with the toys, and then some other stuff on it. And then we're going to come down the driveway right here. So while I'm over here, I'm going to give you a quick walkthrough of everything first. It's about 6:30 right now. The auctioneers and everybody else is going to be here around 7, and then the auction starts at 9:30. So we don't have too much to get done, but it's going to be a fun and exciting day. So I'm going to kind of skim through this stuff just because I don't want the video to be too long. But you'll see these milk cans, and then you'll see more milk cans, and then there's more milk cans over there. So I will mention we have 43 milk cans, which is kind of cool. Some more milk cans over here. So there's a lot of interesting stuff that I probably won't have time to tell you guys all about. And then here we get to the lawn mowers. I believe all of these will run pretty easily, except for this one, because obviously it doesn't even have a motor in it. The motor's right there, but it's not going to be too hard to get it all back together. So there's that one, then this one. And I believe all these have the mower decks to them too. This one has like a rotary tiller or whatever you call that thing. Over here we have some more parts for the garden tractors and some tires. Over here is the implements for the lawn tractors. Got a disc, plow, cultivator, seeder, water tank. And then starting from here down is some of our neighbors' things. Not a ton, but some kind of cool stuff. And then these things are all our pulleys, which is kind of cool. And then I think this is called a toboggan or something like that. And this is basically a sled, so that's kind of cool. So after we're done selling all that stuff in the auction, we will start to come down here, and this is basically the direction we're going to be going, and we're going to start with this stuff right here. Again, this is a lot of cool stuff, but I don't really have too much time to tell you about each and everything. This is a bunch of harnesses and stuff like that for horses and cows that we had up at the main farm. Then we have all of these antique bikes, which was in the machine shed up here. And then there's also some of this stuff. This thing is actually kind of cool. So this is a Sandblaster, except it's homemade. So I'm not sure if you can tell, but this plate in here for the center is a disc blade from a planter or like a cultivator. So that's kind of cool. This thing is like a bale chopper. Basically just chops up the bales to make it into finer things. And then after this little area is done, we come over to the big field. So we have some things over here. And I'm not sure what we're starting with in the field. I don't know if we're starting with the tractor parts or starting with the tractors, because we might start with the tractors just because if someone buys a tractor and they think they need a part for it, they can buy the part. Although I think all the parts should be with the tractors, so. But yeah, there's kind of everything mixed in with all these parts. There's radiators, cylinders, hydraulic cylinders. Got a part of a cultivator here. There's blocks, brakes, another part of a cultivator. There's pistons, there's seats, there's grills, everything. Over here, there's nothing too special, just some tires and rims. I won't get too close to that, just because it's nothing special. Over here, we have an addition to the disc over there. We have our grain blower right here, which we put a new frame on. We got the loader for the 1020, which we are not getting rid of the 1020 though. Got another loader for like the 60. Got a few cultivators here. An auger drill. Another little tiller, something like that. This is a silage blower. Blows the silage up into the silos. This is the grain drill that was at the main farm. And then we have this wagon thing, which is actually a lime spreader. This thing is super old. This is basically the olden version of fertilizer spreader, like those big floaters that you see around. Another little wagon thing here. And then we have the 4 Sickle Bar Mowers. This is what you used to cut hay with. And the hay bine, which you guys saw in the last video if you saw that. The hay bine uses the same sickles and everything. We have another little cultivator here. We have a crimper for the hay. You basically go over the hay and it crimps the little stalks on the grass and it makes it dry out faster. So you go over that after you cut it with the sickle bar. And this thing is really cool. So this is actually a 2-row corn planter. You can see we have the markers and everything. So got the elevator here. This, I believe, is for picking up large bales or something like that. You got it on a 3-point hitch. And then we have 1 combine, 2 combines, and 3 combines. That's kind of cool. We have 1 2-bottom plow, another 2-bottom plow, another 2-bottom plow, then we have a 3-bottom plow, and the 4-bottom plow. Yes, we have a lot of plows. And here we have a little wagon thing. And then we have 1 cultivator, 2 cultivators, and another cultivator. And yes, total, even with the stuff on the parts pallets, I'd say there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 small cultivators. Yeah, that's a lot. Here's our sprayer. This is what we used before we got the big Demco sprayer. Got a generator here. I think that's a generator. Looks like it. We have a huge gas-powered compressor. That's really cool. This is the top of the windmill that went right up there. Some other little parts. These next few things are our neighbors. So we have a bale elevator, an really old John Deere rake, a pump, and another grain blower. Then we have the feed mill, which you guys saw we fixed the jack on. We have the grain drill, which, fun fact, actually this thing planted this entire rye field. So that's kind of cool. Works good still. And then we have this thing, which is growing, is between all the grass. I don't know what you call it, but basically just works up the ground a little bit. This thing, you put your bales on and the cows feed off of it. I don't know what it's called, but this is like a grain separator or cleaner, something like that. We got the disc, which before we got that new tiller, this is what we used all the time. This, I think he called it a soil saver or something like that. Basically just works up the ground again. The manure spreader. And then the big cultivator. The biggest reason we're getting rid of this is since we have the new tillage machine, that thing works a lot better. This thing basically just makes the ground too soft for the planter, so you have all those ridges when it goes through it. So that's why we're getting rid of that. Then we have the livestock trailer. And then my favorite part, all the tractors. So we have the John Deere AR. The John Deere GP. I think this is a Model G. Then we have the Model A. And then my personal favorite, the Model B. The Model M. And then this one, which I can't remember which one it is. I don't know if it has it on here somewhere. It's kind of cool looking though. Nice little small tractor. And then we have the Model A. This one, I think is Model A. This is Model B, I believe. And then I'm not sure what model this is, but we'll use this as a parts tractor. Not sure what this one is either. This one's a Model B. And then we have our neighbor's tractors. The 3020. The 1486 International. The corn chopper. And the wagons for it. And then a gravity wagon. So there you go. I believe that's everything. Right here we're gonna have some parking. Over on the other side, right on the other side of that hog house is some more parking. That'll be good for like trailers. And then we have some more parking back behind the barn, kind of by the fuel tanks where you guys saw I mowed all that grass down. So that's it, guys. That is everything. So I'm gonna skip to the part where we start selling stuff, just because nothing from here and then. It's gonna be super exciting, but it's gonna be a fun day and a long one. Perfect.
15, up, 10 go out, $115 bill, $10 number 113, $10 number 113. Here we go, we got your rotary. Got your rotary hold on steel right here. Well, all right, come along here now. And we're at the bottom now. $10 bill to go. And 10 now, 15, 15, 15, 15, 10 now, 15. Which one you guys are in? 10, when you get 15, you're in at 10, 15, up down 20, and when I'm down now 5, 25, 25, 20, 25, and 25, have it on 25, 25, 30, 25, 30, and 35, $40, now 5, $50, 55, 50, 55, and when I've been rubbing 5, have it on 50, 55, and when I've been rubbing 5, I want to be 50, 55, 50, 55, 50, 55, market your way, $50 here, all right. There now, and I would about 25 and go, 25 and 30 and 35, 35, 35, $40 now, 50, and about 50, 60, and 60, 70, it's $100 and a quarter, and a half, 1 and a half, 200, 2 and a quarter, 2 and a quarter, 2 and a half, 250, 300, 3 and a half, 400, 400, 400, 400, 4 and a half, 450, and when I bid above, I bid about 4 and a half, 4 and a half, 5, 5 and a 5 and a 5, 5 and a 5 and a mile, you want to be 475, do that to be shooter 475, 4 and a half, 75, I bid about 475, yes, now $500, $500, 475 and 5. 475 and 5, and when I've been to buy, when I've been to buy, I have it about 500, 500, 500, and I have sold it for 475 over there. CMO buyer number 16, 16. 4045, 4045, 4045, and put him in the bank there, $40 there. Buyer 113, buyer 113. Okay, on your ER, Phil. All right. Well, what about 25 and 5? I have it about $2 grand to go. And what about 5? I have it about $2,000. $2,000 start, $1,000. $1,000 on the ER. $1,000 dollar bill. $1,000 dollar bill. $1,000 and go. $1,000 and go. Are you $500? 5 and a half. 5 and 5, 50. And 5 there, now 5 and a half. It was 600. 600. 600 half. 6 and a half. 700. 7 and a half. 7 and 5. 8, 8, now 50. And what I've been now 900. 900. 850. 900 and a half. 9 and a half. And what I've been about, man. 11 and a half. 11 11 and a half, 11 and a half, and we're up to 5 high, 11.50, and 50, and 50, 11's a bid, 11 and a half, 11's a bid, 11 and a half, and we're up to 5 high, 11.50, and 50, and 50, 11 a bid, 11 and a half, 11 and a half, 11 and a half, 1150. So 1100, fire, 1 4. 30 bucks to go, 35 to go. Start at $2,000. On a good G, take 2 grand. 2 grand. 2 grand. $1,000, 1100, 10, 11, 12, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, negative 17, 18, 1900, all 2 grand. And 2 down 1, 121, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 23, 24, 5, 25, 26, 25, 26, 25, 25 and a half, 26, 26 and a half, 26 and a half, 7, happy to 5, happy to 2700, then happy to 27 and a half, 27 and a half, 28 and a half, happy to 5, now 2850, and we're happy to 5, no, 9, 2950, 29, 9 and a half, 29, 9 and a half, and we're happy to 5, 2950, 29, 9 and 3, 3, 3, now 3050, and we're happy to 5, happy to 3050, 3000, 3050, 3000, 3050, now 1, happy to 5, 1, 3100, 3100, 31 and a half, 31 and a half, and we're happy to 5, happy to 3150, 2 half, 32 and a half, and now happy to 30, now 3, 3, 3, 3, 33, 33, 33, happy to 5, happy to 3300, and now 33 and a half, and we're happy to 34, 34, 34, 3400, 34, 34, 33 and a half, 3400, and we're happy to 55, happy to 34, 3350, 34, 3350, 3400, anybody else? 33 and a half and 34, 34, and we're happy to 55, happy to 3400, last call, 3350, 34, 3350, 34. Sold at 33 and a half to bar 10, 10 and a half. $1,000 of money, 10, 10, 50, 10, 10, 50. And we're not 10, 50, 10, 50, 10, 50. Guess what? Sold at $1,000. Here's the buyer, buyer number 99. Buyer 99. $1100, 10, 11, 12, and we're at 12 down, hit him at 13, 13, 14, 14, 15, 15, 1600, now 17, 17, 18, 18, 18, 19, 2 grand, and 21, 21, 21, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 23, 4, 4, 5, 25, 26, 27, and bit of 8, 8, make it 8, 8, what do you, 28, 28, half and a half, and 8 and a half, 28 and a half, and we're at 28, 50, 28, 50, 28, 50, no, I'm making it,
just went out of your price range, didn't it?
About 10 hours ago.
31, 31 and a half, and we're having them on 2, 32, 31 and 32, 31, 50, 32, and we're having them on 3200, up 31 and a half and 32, 32, 31, 50, 32, and now having them on 2, having them on 32, 32, eater. 32, 2 and a half, 32, 50, 32, 50, and we're up to 55, having them on 32 and a half, now 33, and 33, where do you find them with round spokes all the way around, Stacky, 33, 33 and a half, 33 and a half, and Cyrus Band News you out, 33 and a half,
they don't make those anymore, you better buy them.
And we're now half, 34, 50, and we're up to 5, having now 34 and a half, and we're up to 5, having now 5, 35, 35, and we're now half, 35, 50, 35, 50, and we're up to 5, having now 35, 35 and a half, 35, 35, 50, and 50, and 50, and whatever. She's a digging her number. I think you probably should just sell it to her right now. There it is, 35 bucks.
That was a good price for that.
Alright everybody, so that's the end of this video. The auction's over with. It's actually a couple days later. There's quite a bit of stuff left. Towards the end there, or not really towards the end, but with a lot of this stuff out here, at first we were kind of getting disappointed because there was this scrapper guy here and he was buying a ton of stuff, and at first we were kind of upset that a lot of this stuff was going to go to a scrapyard. So his number was 113, as you can see there. So this whole line pretty much, it's mostly his. This whole line, pretty much his. Pretty much everything that's left here, except for the tractors, those two things over there, and those wagons over there, that's pretty much mostly his. But we found out towards the end that it's actually not all going to a scrapyard. And in fact, he might have already sold some stuff because he's basically a professional at a lot of this stuff. So he knows a lot of people that are probably going to be interested in a lot of this stuff. So half the stuff that he bought already, he thinks might be sold already. So that made us feel better when we found out that it is going to be going to good use, at least for most of it. If he can't find somebody that will want it, it'll just go to scrap. Which by then, if he can't find anybody, pretty much nobody's going to want it anyway. So that made us feel a little bit better. But you can see it is the 20th today. So it's been, what, 3 days since the auction. You can see a lot of the stuff is gone, but there's quite a bit left. Tractors, prices wise, I think they're pretty good. I'm not a professional by all means with tractor stuff, but I think it went pretty good. We were hoping to get all these tractors running before the auction, but it came up way too fast, and we didn't have time. That B over there, the one that was in the Quonset in the main farm, that one should have been easy to get running, but it didn't want to go. We tried a little bit with it, but nothing happened. So you can see there's not a ton of tractors left. I think there's only, what, 8 tractors? 9, the small one. I believe pretty much everything sold. A lot of it, I was talking to some friends and stuff like that. So I wasn't exactly paying attention the whole time, but I'm pretty sure everything's sold except for a couple small things towards the driveway. And then in the barn still, we have a surge milking system with the pipelines and everything. And we put that up, but nobody bid on it, which is fine. Most of this stuff here, in fact, all of that stuff, the scrappers bought just because the stuff isn't really usable anymore. And these things aren't exactly collector's items. So that's probably why. So the turnout with the people, in the beginning it was doing really good. There was a lot of people here. But towards the end, when we got towards the bigger stuff, it seemed like the crowd kind of died out. We were hoping there'd be more collectors here for some of the other equipment, but yeah, there wasn't too many here. But we did good overall. I have no idea how much we made. I know a percentage goes to the auction company, and then some of it goes to our neighbors that put some stuff in. I think we had like 6 neighbors here with their stuff, somewhere around there. I also forgot to show you this thing. This thing is a work of art. I really like this thing. This thing had a few bids in it, but it was way lower than what our neighbor wanted it for. So he bought it back, kinda. In other words, basically just didn't let it sell. So he might have somebody else that might want it for more than what he bought it for, so he can at least make his money back. So I'm actually in the middle of making another video right now. So I'm gonna end the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know it was kind of a short one. I wanted to film more, but from what you guys have seen, there really hasn't been much more interesting stuff that happened. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.